Cool. All right. Hi, Shannon. So thanks for, I'll try not to make this weird. Thanks for joining me to share a little insight on how you do it, because I'll be honest, I know you have a whole tribe of children and an awesome husband who helps you, but you also run a business. And so women who are kind of seemingly doing it all and doing it all very well, I really admire and I want to like lean into and learn from. So that's our goal here.
Yeah, we'll see how all together. I know that I'm pushing forward and that's what it's about. So Heather, thank you for having me because you inspire me as well. Like seeing the results, seeing the value you add to others is such an inspiration. So I could not be more excited to be on here talking to you today.
Yay. Thank you, Shannon. Okay. So real quick, what are the
Okay.
ages and stages of your kiddos?
Okay, so I got 13, 12, and 11. Now, when you say stages, help me understand what you mean there.
Maybe grade in school or
Okay.
kind of like a toddler, a teen, like
8th,
tweens.
7th, and 5th. So we spread the gamut and we spread our gamut on the reactions to how the pandemic has changed life.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, cool. And then tell me what's up with your career? What do you do in a nutshell?
Excellent. So kind of hard to put in a nutshell because I'm everything from a physician to a mom to an entrepreneur. And what I'm absolutely passionate about and where I put the majority of my focus is I am a relationship life coach for parents. And what that means is while I was a pediatrician for 20 years, one of the biggest problems I saw that was underlying most of the problems was a parent's own anxiety and worry about life, about the past, about the future, and their belief in themselves. And so I felt like I spent a ton of time trying to help children believe in themselves. And that's really difficult when we as the parents struggle to believe in ourselves, and believing in ourselves, a huge part of it, and I know it's embracing failure. And so that is what I'm passionate about. That is what I love doing. I wake up giddy to do, is to help parents really create that life they love by embracing their focus and going after it.
That's awesome. Wow. Sounds like dream job stuff. That's good. Okay, so what everyone's super curious about is what do you think? So you're kind of an expert in like finding the balance and embracing the good stuff. So what do you think was the hardest part about, or has been the hardest part about being a mother, a working professional mother in 2020?
Excellent. So yes, I hear this all the time because I talk to moms every day. I talk to parents every day and who really are struggling with this. And for me, it's always the same. It's leaning into change. Heather, I'm a huge believer in that change is only going to come more and more. Our lives are, people will be like, I want it to go back to normal. I study the future nonstop. It makes me giddy. And it's never going to go back to normal. Things are going to continue to change and iterate, and there's nothing wrong with that. So for me, it's leaning in to embracing change, and not just change, but the fact that change is going to actually continue to rapidly increase. So that's always my challenge. So I'm always looking to lean more into change.
Really good. Yeah. We all this whole thing to be so stinking normal, and normal's different all the time, right?
Yep, absolutely. It just keeps changing.
Okay, that's really good. Thank you. And then, okay, so what's a thing, embracing change, what's a thing that you have sort of let go of in 2020, like an expectation or whatever that you're just like, not gonna happen. We got to just
Yeah.
pivot. What's your thing?
Absolutely. And there's been plenty of small ones, but the huge one is I moved away from traditional medicine. During this time, I realized more than ever, families need that focus, clarity, and direction. And I pivoted away from traditional medicine. And that was really difficult for me after 20 years to say, this is the direction my life is now going. And it's incredibly fulfilling, but it's that change. It's stepping away and saying, less is more. Really put your focus in the change you want to see in the world.
No, this is a side question. Were you worried about what people would think about you doing that? Like,
I would say my worry was more in my own stability, feeling like, no, this is the way it's always been. So not so much others as my own off kilter. Again, the change, leaning into change. So that was really my big concern. And I knew it was the right move for my family in so many ways. And it's Stephen, cracks me up. He'll just look at me and say, when you're ready, Shannon. And I love it because it's no one's telling you what to do. No one gets to decide where you want to head your life. It's when you go, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So, what's your favorite silver lining of being quarantined with your kids?
Before I even go into that, I have to give a shout out to all the parents that are ready to lose their hair. I've had my days. I recently put a post up about my son threw his mouse at the window and shattered the window with the technology struggles. So there are yes, so there are so many parents struggling, and I honestly could not imagine being in like an apartment doing so. Shout out to all the parents struggling. And on the other side, feel free to hate me, but the silver linings for me are freaking everywhere. Stephen and I had been planning on how do we start moving around the world with our children without interrupting school too much. And nobody, years ago could have predicted, hey, we're going to start having a virtual option. And so our kids have moved towards a virtual model and we've started traveling. So there's been like all the interaction of really helping our children problem solve and take a leadership role in the house, which I think are key traits for us to learn going forward. And then it's also helping them be uncomfortable, helping them work through technology problems. Technology is only going to become more, not less. And we took our first maiden voyage recently to tree houses in Kentucky to let the kids virtual school from there. And we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep trying, make them uncomfortable, help them solve problems. So the silver linings for us have been everywhere. And we're really helping the parents that we work with to start creating that discomfort in their family to help their family grow.
That's a good one. So I know I keep saying that, but I think a lot of us like try to like pull the obstacles, like out of the way. And
Yes.
like we were just talking about that book. But yeah, like sometimes if the kids have to step over the obstacle, they get stronger. Like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
a whole sport, track and field, jump.
You nailed it. And I like to think of it when we work out a muscle, we're sore because it tore. The muscle actually tore. So I think so many of us, and I love that you and I are both have Ryan Holiday in common, an author we love, and he really embraces the obstacle is the way. And when we embrace it, we can't tell our kids like, please, that doesn't work. When we embrace obstacles in our lives, they start to see it. And that's the key. I've had people within 2 weeks of working with us, start to say, oh my gosh, my kids are picking it up. And I'm sure you see the same. I see the incredible results you get with your clients. And there's no doubt that trickles out to the family as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I always say when a mom gets healthy, a family gets healthy, and a future generation gets healthy. I mean, I'm really passionate about that.
You're absolutely correct. We learn by example. That's the information we take in. So when that mom is sitting there, or whoever you're working with, they're absolutely, everybody around them is picking up on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sponging it up. That's good.
Absolutely.
Okay, so last thing.
Okay.
Moms are hopefully watching this and they're busy and they gotta go do stuff. So, what is your top tip for parenting during a pandemic, surviving raising kids in this weird, uncertain, like first time in our lives experience?
So, of course, great question. Top tip is focus. I named my whole movement Own Your Focus because it's so easy to want to multitask and do 200 things and think we're supposed to do it all. And turns out focus is our superpower. When we start actively going, I don't give a crap about that. I don't give a crap about that. It is a superpower to go, turns out this is what I want my life to look like. Now let me chunk it down and start making that happen. Steve Jobs has a great quote, and it's like, people think focus is saying yes, and it's not. Focus is saying no to all those little great ideas that come at us. So I really have gotten great at saying no and delegating things out. Like since the pandemic, my children do their own laundry and I love it. Like yes, we did have to go through a week where people didn't have clothes and they realized mom's serious. She's not having the laundry done. She's not getting laundry done. And that's okay. There's your obstacle right there. And so we've really used this as a way for me to hyper focus on what I'm passionate about and get the kids to start really being self-sufficient. And it's amazing. It's a domino outward effect. So yes, that is my top tip, is focus, get rid of all the crap that just doesn't matter.
That's perfect. Just say no. Love
Absolutely.
it. All right, that is all I have. Thank you so much, Shannon, for sharing. And my hope, I always say this, but my hope is just that one mom is encouraged today and feels like, okay, I got this. We're going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And that she can still be an awesome mom and be productive in her life and her business, whatever it may be. And so hopefully it was an encouragement. So if we've done that, mission accomplished.
Yep, it's saying I'm enough right here. And to go along with both what we're doing, it's reaching out for help. It's reaching out for help. Find somebody who's done it and ask them how. So that's the incredible part about the technology we have. We get to go share this message, and no doubt you're going to keep inspiring people, Heather. So thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you so much.